Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This past weekend has been filled with gaming news, specifically with Ubisoft. I say it both ways, so be prepared for that. Ubisoft just had their Ubisoft Forward with an Assassin's Creed showcase. And to my surprise, there's actually quite a bit of news here. And it's not just about the Assassin's Creed showcase, although that is going to be a majority of this video. But stuff like Alucard and Simon Belmont getting into Brawlhalla is really cool stuff. I love to see these kind of crossovers in video games, especially when Konami's not doing anything with these characters, or a franchise for that matter. I don't know, man, I just love it when video game companies use lesser known IPs in other video games. Holy crap, Rayman's in a Mario game. Yep, Rayman is actually technically in a Mario game. This is so exciting, just to see half his face in the trailer. Oh wow, this is just so cool. I'm looking forward to this game even without Rayman. I'm not much of a Rayman fan, but I know that he is sorely missing from the video game industry. So to see him in a game like this as part of a DLC content, it's just so exciting. And you can feel the excitement on the internet over this announcement. I wonder what his weapons are going to be. Now there is one thing to note, and I hope I'm wrong on this. I don't think Rayman is going to interact with the Mario characters. At least the Mario characters like Mario, Luigi, Bowser. I would so love to be wrong in this, but I don't know. I feel like if they were to interact, they would have shown off Mario's face, or like Mario in his hat, when they revealed Rayman, instead of the Rabbids. I have a weird suspicion that they might just have Rayman and the Mario Rabbids, rather than having Rayman with the Mario characters and Rabbids. Which, again, I hope I'm wrong in this. I hope Rayman and Mario can be on the same team. But, I don't know, I just have a weird feeling about this. Speaking of Mario plus Rabbids, we did get to see more on the game, and it looks fun. We got to see a cool, interesting new boss, Wiggler, which I did not expect, but here we are. While I am super excited for this game, I'm probably going to have to get it later on, maybe next year for that matter, because this November is gonna be packed with things that I personally would rather get. But that doesn't mean I'm not excited for this game, far from it. I think the new freeform, tactical nature that this game brings, instead of the grid-based combat like the game before, like sure, it's still technically that grid-based tactical gameplay, but they make it more freeing in a sense. Like you can move around anywhere, it's just so smooth. It really does complement the Mario franchise. It's a small thing, but I feel like it'll add a lot to this game. But that's all of the games that I'm excited for outside of Assassin's Creed. So let's go ahead and dive into the latest on Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed had its big showcase, which is something I didn't really expect. They talked about earlier in the week that they were going to reveal something on September 10th, and they showed off a picture, and it was about Assassin's Creed Mirage. But I didn't really expect a whole showcase out of it. Maybe they did say it and I just forgot, but I didn't expect it, and I kind of dig what they did here. It wasn't anything too mind-blowing. They did show off the next release for Assassin's Creed though, which is, of course, Assassin's Creed Mirage. An Assassin's Creed game based in Baghdad. Finally, we're going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed. It seems like this is going to be a smaller scale world. That's not to mean like smaller as in like lower quality. What I mean is like instead of these big, huge open worlds, we're going to focus on a more smaller, more dense city, which I honestly prefer. I do enjoy open world games, but at the same time, open world games can be filled with so much fluff. And because of that, I'm so glad that Assassin's Creed is starting to go back to its roots. What made the series great, focusing their attention on the historical setting and a handful of characters that seem to be pretty interesting to the lore of Assassin's Creed. Now, what stinks about what they showed off was what they didn't show off. They didn't show off the gameplay.
Pocket sand.
They showed off a CGI trailer, which I love CGI trailers.
Well, look at that.
In their defense though, they do show off some cool things that could potentially be in the game, who knows. But yeah, they show off some cool traps that could be done. A guy gets lit on fire, which is pretty cool. I wonder if that's going to be implemented in the game. They showed off cool parkour, which I hope is in the game. Again, this is stuff we haven't actually seen gameplay of. I know I sound a bit cynical, but really, they should have just shown off 2 minutes of gameplay. Come on, man. They did show off some screenshots, which is really nice, but again, show off some gameplay, man.
Woo! Superhero landing!
With that said, though, Assassin's Creed Mirage looks great. I'm so excited for the series to return to its roots. I really hope that they focus on the parkour and the action and the stealth too. I hope they focus on the elements that made the series great in the first place. Up next, we have Assassin's Creed Codename Red, which is essentially the Assassin's Creed game fans have been wanting for years now. An Assassin's Creed game set in Japan. This has me a little nervous. They talk about Mirage being this back to roots game, which is great. I love that. But then when they talk about Assassin's Creed Codename Red, they talk about it being an open world RPG, and all I can think about is that, is this going to be another Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Assassin's Creed Origins? Because not to be like sour on those games or anything, but they just were not the games I wanted from Assassin's Creed. I get that there are fans of these games, and I totally respect that, of course, because we all have our different tastes. But I really don't like the direction the Assassin's Creed games have been going the last few years. For me, the Assassin's Creed franchise dropped after Origins. In fact, it dropped for me when Origins came out. I played Origins, and I just didn't really enjoy what I was playing. The combat felt stiff and awkward. There was a ton of microtransactions, and I just didn't feel much for the series after that. And it's not like I'm hating on the new Assassin's Creed because it's new. I'm one of the few that defends games like Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I know there's not much hate when it comes to Syndicate, but Unity for sure had a ton of hate. And yeah, it was filled with bugs and stuff, which is not okay. But in terms of gameplay and stuff, I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Unity, especially the parkour mechanics. Those were the best parkour mechanics in any Assassin's Creed game, which of course led to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which continued on those parkour mechanics. Even though I don't agree on adding the Batman grapple hook in that game, just so you know, it was fun, don't get me wrong, but definitely not something to add in an Assassin's Creed game, because it just kind of makes the parkour mechanic less special. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage, going back to those roots, hopefully improving on the parkour mechanic, the battle mechanics and all that. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage. I hope Assassin's Creed Japan is really good, but I don't know. I'll have to wait to see the game. I love the setting, don't get me wrong. I've been wanting Assassin's Creed to tackle Japan for years now, but I just don't want them to do it in the same style as something like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm just so tired of that system by now. Oh, also they have an Assassin's Creed mobile game set in China. Why is it mobile? I do enjoy mobile games. I do. But when you make a mobile game mimic a console game, that's when you lose me. Honestly, just port this mobile game to a console and then I would probably be a little bit more happy. There's just so much you can get wrong in a mobile game that's trying to mimic a console game. Adding too much microtransactions that makes the overall gameplay less satisfying. Speaking of gameplay, playing the game on a mobile touchscreen, it's not going to be the same experience as you would playing on an actual controller. It's super exciting to be able to climb the Great Wall of China, like they said in the trailer, but on the phone? That doesn't sound exciting to me. I would love to explore the Great Wall of China on my TV or on my computer monitor, but not on a touchscreen, man. I don't know. I think the idea is cool, but I'm just not much of a console mobile gamer. But those are my thoughts. But let me know your thoughts down below about the Ubisoft Forward. I know I went on about the Assassin's Creed stuff, but that's just because I'm really excited about all that. They showed off like 5 different things, and I didn't even cover half of them. They're also doing Assassin's Creed Hexe, which is an Assassin's Creed game, I guess. And then they have a Netflix series coming up in Assassin's Creed, which sounds pretty interesting. I'm a little iffy on the film industry tackling video games and stuff. There are some hits, but then there is a lot of misses, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, those are my thoughts. But what about yours? Let me know down below your thoughts on the latest Ubisoft news. Are you excited for Mario plus Rabbids plus Rayman? Because I'm pretty excited about that. What are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Mirage and Assassin's Creed Feudal Japan? If you like this video, go ahead and give it a good old thumbs up. And if you really like the video, go ahead and check out the rest of my channel. And consider subscribing for more content like this. I do news stuff, I do reviews sometimes. I've been a little iffy on reviews lately. They take a while to make. Let me know down below, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless.